Welcome back, everyone. This is the Anime Goat podcast, and we are bringing you the review for My Adventures with Superman, episode 7. We unfortunately had some technical difficulties last night with the live stream slash live reaction, so we weren't able to do that. But today we're going to bring you a quick review slash synopsis of the latest episode. If you haven't watched it, please go out of your way to watch it. We will be having spoilers in this. It is on Max, which used to be HBO Max, but it's Max. If you have that streaming service, please use it. If you don't, use Toonami slash Adult Swim. Um, and we have some added guests down here that is messing up our stream. But yeah, so we're gonna keep this going. So the episode is called Episode 7, Kiss Kiss Fall in Portal. And it continues the journey of Lois Lane and Clark Kent slash Superman as they uh grow close together. It's moving pretty quickly, and she knows. And if you haven't watched it, she does know that Clark Kent is Superman. So that's been revealed. So that's been revealed through episodes 1 through 6. So episode 7, Kiss Kiss Fall in Portal. I have my esteemed colleague Katie Cade, aka Root Beer 450. Please say hello to the fans.
Hello.
So we're going to start reviewing this episode. So Kiss Kiss Fall in Portal.
Okay, so I wanted to start off by saying I liked a lot of the references that were in this episode. There's some major ones which I'll discuss later because they're bigger. But first of all, the episode title in itself is a reference to an anime called Oran High School Host Club. Which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a 20-something episode anime that is a shoujo. It's a shoujo anime, romance, which fits into the theme of this whole episode. Being a date between Lois and Clark. Um, Besides that, I thought it was cool because in the intro for the show, for the intro in the show, uh, the intro is "Kiss Kiss Fall in Love," but in this one, they turn it around to be something else that fits with the show, and I like that. Okay, another reference was Lois. One of the Loises is holding a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, which, if you're not familiar with Kingdom Hearts, you're not gonna know what that is. But anyways, another reference.
There's been some random activity on the set, so sorry. But we will continue.
Anyways, as I was saying, for another reference was a lot of people compare Clark and Lois as far as their character designs to Guts and Casca from Berserk, and Mr.
Mixiplex.
uh, Mrs. Pitalik, Mixes Pitalik, something like that. Yeah, sorry if I'm messing it up. But when he goes to retrieve his hat thing from the Lois's archive or whatever, you can see Guts' sword from Berserk. And at first, I didn't think it was actually Guts' sword. I thought it was just a sword that looked similar, like a big sword. But other people were pointing it out, so I wasn't crazy.
Let's back up. Let's back up real quick. In the episode, they do go into the multiverse, which is a staple for Mr.
Mixes Pitalik?
Yes, that. And so you meet different Loises from different timelines, and that's what she's speaking about when she's saying that when they find his hat,
or when he steals it back.
or when he steals it back, that is due to the different time, excuse me, different timeline Lois Lane's having captured him, or no, captured that artifact, and uh, trying to keep that from him. As you know, if you know him from the comics, he is a trickster, somewhat like a Loki would be in the Marvel universe. So his hat gives him certain powers, which in fact makes him on par, if not stronger than Superman, which we find out later on in that episode. And yeah, so it's a very interesting episode.
Mhm.
So for the most part, yeah,
Oh wait,
that's
and we didn't talk about in the beginning, Mixes Pitalik turns Superman into a bunch of the older designs or different
yeah,
versions of Superman, which was really cool.
yeah. You see the different animated Superman characters flashback in that where he, uh, I guess, he uses his magic to create all of his different designs from Superman the animated
Yeah, from
series
the
to
multiverse,
yeah the
different
multiverse, and you have the old school Superman. I guess what 1950s, 60s, whatever, 40s, and then you have a crab Superman. So you
Yeah,
got that.
and then when they go through the hall and Lois is the ship thing, you could see other versions of Lois, which was cool.
Yes. And also, this also brings up the fact that Lois does see different versions of Superman, which might be foreshadowing injustice. Um, I'm pretty sure they're way, 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 way far away from that uh, arc, but it does show her that Superman in different timelines is not the nice, mild mannered Superman or Clark Kent that she knows in her current timeline. So that does bring up some, I don't know, doubt, but it does bring up some caution in her. So that's pretty much the gist of the episode. It was more so, I guess, trying to foil Superman and Lois Lane's date, and also introduce the multiverse, different timeline Lois Lane's, and of course,
Mixes Pitalik.
Mrs. Pudelik. Um, close enough. Uh, and so what would you rate this episode? If we on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you?
I would say I really like this episode. I would say like a 9 or 8.
Okay, yeah, I enjoyed this episode. A lot happened. It did move the story and the plot along. I
Yeah.
felt, and it seemed to not just be a standalone episode where stuff happens and then you probably won't see those characters ever again. This is something that will lead to something afterwards. So I'll give it a 8.5.
Oh yeah, and I would like to say I another thing I liked about this episode was that it seems like Jimmy's character kind of had his own purpose in this episode, which of course there was that whole mini arc last episode where he felt like, he was kind of not a part of his own friend group. He was kind of third wheeling all the time. But in this episode, it seems like he has a pretty solid role, and you know, it goes it everything has changed since last episode where they kind of reconciled. And he had that whole arc with his other girl version from a different universe. And they bonded over the fact that they were both flame birds and all that. And then she ended up helping them. So I like that. It wasn't like he got in the way, which that's kind of how it was in the Ivo Tower episode, where they kind of just left him behind and stuff. But in this episode, it seemed like he was more so, doing his own thing whilst helping Lois and Clark.
I agree. So if you have not seen this episode, please go out of your way to see it. If you're a fan of DC/Superman, this is a interesting take on early Superman. You have a lot of cool villains and characters. So please watch episode 1 through 7. You can watch it on Max. You can watch it on, I guess, Cartoon Network / Toonami, Adult Swim, whatever. But watch it on Max because you can stream it. But anyways, that is our review for tonight or today, and we'll be back with Anime Goatcast podcast soon. And so stay tuned. So thank you guys, and we will be back.